Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Ian as a Weirdo. So today is the 3rd of December, and we're going to be working on Danish heart baskets. So if you don't know what they look like, I have a little, just kind of a we're just going to be going through what they're doing together, and so if you want to work on this with me, you're welcome to, and if you don't, then don't. You just want to hang out, that's cool. This is what I will be. Cool, thanks, Lori. So I'm going to be using this green. This is a, I don't know the name of it. I actually don't know the name of either of my colors. This is a green I have. This is Loops and Threads Impeccable. And what I could salvage of this terribly, terribly barfy skein. And then this is a color that I got that is, it might be like grape or something, and this is Big Twist Value. So we're going to be making the heart basket with that. This will be a great ornament if you want to hang an ornament on a tree. You can also give these as, you can hang these, you know, on a mantle or something like that. You can put things in them like candy, little bit of money if your family does that. My family was never a money gift giving family, but some families do that, I know. Anything, because what happens is basically, and I'll show you what the what each individual piece looks like. So basically we're going to be creating two pieces that look like this. I have made them out of paper quite a few times. And this is something, this is a craft I picked up when I was younger, and this is something I did with my grandma. I just one day found this pattern or something and was like, I want to do this. And she was, as with all my crafting adventures, very supportive, because she was a crafty person herself. And so I figured that this would be a nice little nod to my grandma. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be following Jenny Kate Crochet's tutorial on how to make these. Again, the link is in the description. It looks like they did the tutorial in several parts. I think there's 9 parts. Yes, 9 parts that are each about 5 minutes each. And so we'll do that together. And make these. So yeah, this is something that I did with my grandma, and I'm happy to share it with you all. So let's start with the green one. And I'm going to be following with closed captions on so I can. I'm going to try to. Oh god, those are really small. Let me change that. Font size 50%. No, pass. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to start with the green. They're using a 4-weight yarn and a 5mm crochet hook. And you can make these with more pieces that weave into each other, and you can create them smaller, larger, bigger yarn, bigger hook, smaller yarn, smaller hook, however you want. So there's a lot of options for sizing changes. So we're going to start with a long tail. That's what I am told. These are super cute on a Christmas tree or as any kind of ornament. I have zero Danish heritage. This is not something that like I said, it's not something I grew up with, or it wasn't a family tradition or anything. Just one of those crafts that I stumbled upon and I thought was really cute. And have incorporated it. So we're going to chain 30 after we do our uh, slip knot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay, so there is my chain 30. I figured counting out loud would actually be harder if you're following along with me, so I'm going to try to count in my head. So in the second chain from the hook, we're going to do a single crochet. In this video, if you are new, I think this would be really easy to follow because they are being very descriptive with how to do a single crochet, how to do a chain, things like that. So this is a very beginner-friendly project. If you're trying to teach someone how to crochet, it seems like this would be, just from initial impressions, that this would be a good project to start someone out with. So we're going to do 27 more single crochet. So that's crocheting all the way down to the last stitch. Because we had one when we did our initial turn, and then 27 more. Oh, I'm so bad at getting. Let me tilt you a little bit so we can try to get a little bit more. Sorry, I really do try to get this on camera, but it's really not my forte. I can't zoom my camera in Restream, but that's why when I record tutorials, I can do it my camera way up higher, so that I can cut to the part where you can actually see what I'm doing. It's definitely a lot harder when the camera's low. Okay, So now that I have done 27 stitches plus the one that I did initially, boop 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 boop. Oops, sorry. Okay, so in the last chain, we're going to do 3 single crochet. And it looks like we're going to work down the other side. So we're going to do 28 single crochets. So we're going to enter into the stitch that we went into before the 3 singles. And I like to cover up my yarn tail. Actually, not with this one. We're not going to do that with this one because we left a long tail for a reason. So we're going to keep that out. And then crochet on down. Hey Chris, welcome in. Today I am making a Danish heart basket, which is a woven little basket that I've been making for quite a while, but I've never made one with crochet. It's a craft I started doing with my grandma, and I love the way that they look. They make nice little ornaments. I'm following a video tutorial series by Jenny Kate Crochet. And so this is, it's broken down really easily into 9 sections, but instead of putting it in one big long video, which I actually really like sometimes. So, and I think that this is a good beginner tutorial, but it creates this woven little basket, 2 separate pieces. You choose 2 different colors of yarn. You really don't need a lot of yarn to do it. Creates this nice little thing. You can use it as I know what you mean. But you don't need a lot of yarn, so this is a great scrap buster. And I think it looks, although it looks nice when it's, pristine and got these like nice crisp colors, I also think it looks nice when it's kind of rustic and homemade and things like that. Hey Amy, welcome in. So this is a great scrap project to get through. Get through those scraps you've got. This is a green from, and I don't remember the name of the color. It's a green from It's Impeccable by Loops and Threads. Okay, so now I've crocheted all the way down. If you want to do it along with me, like I said, the in the video description, there is a link to the video tutorial. So we're going into that space where we did our turning chain. We didn't, let's see. So we're going to put 3 single crochets in that space. That turning. I think I split my yarn, but I'm just going to kind of roll with it. Okay, and so this is an interesting, you're on number 5, okay. Like 11 Christmas tree hats from my church, and I'm regretting it. Yeah, 11's a lot of anything on number 5. Go buy 6 more. Yeah. So it looks like this is an interesting tactic because we put 3 in the turning chain, and then in the stitch itself, we're doing a slip stitch. And that's not quite something I've seen before, but doesn't mean it's wrong. Everyone does stuff differently. But now I'm kind of struggling to put my hook in there. So this is what I've got. It looks like crochet, and you're done. I'm just kidding. Okay, so I think that was the whole first video, was just making one of these. I'm like, what do I do now? Okay, so it looks like we're going to use a stitch marker. You can also use a piece of yarn. Oh, I don't like when it doesn't automatically start the closed captions again. Okay, so we're going to chain 1. Into that same stitch that we did. That. It's so interesting seeing everyone's different styles when they do tutorials and things like that, because you're like, oh, I wouldn't have normally done it like that, and it doesn't mean it's bad by any means. It's just like you're like, oh, okay, well, like, that's. And that's why I like doing other people's patterns, for sure, because I do get to see all these different styles. But then it's also enlightening when you start writing your own patterns, because then you go, okay, well, so many people do it so many different ways. I don't need to need to do it exactly like someone did theirs. So after the stitch marker, we're doing 27. Yeah, I think variety is the spice of life and also the spice of crocheting, right? And I can't make the same thing over and over again and, not kind of lose my mind a little bit. But I understand, people want matching stuff, and also it does make it easier, if you know the pattern, kind of, because you've done it a couple times. Okay, so I'm going to count my stitches really quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So we're getting a strip just like this. One day I'll learn what my camera is. Now let me plug my camera in before it dies like it did the other day. Totally forgot. So for the next 3 stitches, we're going to do 2 single crochet in each stitch. Oop. Okay, and we're going to do 28 stitches back down the strip. And that makes 28. I know I've been making a little bit of everything. I want to make crafts that are great for last minute gifts, and hats is something that we haven't done yet. So if you have any recommendations for hats that Sunita's done or hats that anyone's done that you think would be great last minute gifts, let me know, and I can add that to the list, any like particular ones that you would like to see me make, and I would be happy to do that. Tomorrow, I already decided what I want to make. I'm going to be making the granny hexagon like sock slippers. I already have the pattern, and the live is already scheduled, so you can see the link and you can get it ahead of time. It's made just like a hexagon cardigan, pretty much. There are some details with the toe and with the ankle that are slightly different, but it goes exactly like a hexagon cardigan. You can make it in any colors. Great for using for scrap projects, and and so that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to be making mine for a special someone here on YouTube. So if you want to join me tomorrow, we can make that together as well. And that would be fun. If you haven't seen them, they're really cute. Little booties. But yeah, Chris, if you have a hat that Sunita's made that you think would be really fun to make, um, feel free to pop it in the chat and I'll write it down so we can add it to the list. Yay! So this is what mine looks like so far. Little strip, doesn't look like anything too fancy just yet, but just you wait. Maybe. Hey Robert, welcome in. We're going to do 2 single crochets in the next 3 stitches. So Robert, we're working on a ornament, or it's a Danish heart basket, and you can make them into ornaments for a tree, or you can hang them on your mantle, give them as little gifts, however you want to use them. They're very, very cute. I'm following a video tutorial that I've included in the description box below if you want to do it along with me. Be from fibers. Cool. I'll check it out and see if there's any ones that I'm psyched about in particular. I know Sunita makes amazing hats. I'm trying to make sure I join where. Okay, see, this is where I was a little confused in the last round because of how things were placed. So I think I'm just gonna kind of skip around and pretend like I know what I'm doing here, even though I feel like maybe I did the last round wrong. So this is the end of video 2. We've done 2 rounds. Why aren't these closed captions just automatically popping up? I'm like, is she talking yet? I don't know. So chain 1 for the next round, do a single crochet. I'm trying to place my stitch marker. Okay, so we're going to do a chain of, I mean, not a chain, we're going to do 26 single crochet after this. I'm just going to mark this one. So that's 1, 2, 3. We're just going to keep going. That's so annoying with it scratching right there, isn't it? I lost my count because it's just annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm going to pull it back out of sight so you can't hear the scratching. And I'm going to count again. Okay, so I've reached 26 on this side. Now this is going to be, it looks like it's going to be a little bit larger than I've usually made them in the past. But like I said at the beginning, you can change your hook size and your yarn size to accommodate this and make smaller or larger ones. Oh wait, oh wait, it was a chain. You're supposed to chain 26. Oops, that's my bad. Okay, we're gonna frog back. Okay, so we have a single crochet. We chained up 1 for this row, and we did a single crochet. So chain 26. Okay, so I've done the chain 26 here. So skip 26. Okay, so this is 26 that I have my finger right now. So enter into stitch 27 and do a single crochet. Now, it's important to make sure that your chain is not twisted. So, looks like we're good there. Now, it looks like they've done their chain a little bit looser than mine. My chains aren't usually the loosest, but it looks like it should work for this, tension-wise. I could go back and do them a little bit looser or with a larger hook if I wanted to. But I don't, because I'm lazy. Okay, so we'll do 2 single crochets in the next stitch. Single crochet into the next. So pattern of 2 and then 1, a total of 3 times. Just pretty standard increasing method. Okay, so we're going to do a single crochet, and we're going to do another chain 26. I'm going to try to do it a little bit looser this time. Okay, then we're going to skip 26 again. Make sure it's not turning. Yeah, that's a lot looser. See this one from this one. Relaxing. I'm the least relaxed person on this planet. I'm like, how do I make loose chains? I'm just like, don't even care about it. Don't even care. So 2 single crochets in the next stitch. And 1. Hey Moonrose, welcome in. 2. 1. 2. And 1. we're gonna go. What in the hell? What in the hell? So confused. Okay, so we're just kind of okay. Yep. Okie dokie. So we're gonna slip stitch into this first stitch right there, and this is what it looks like. Why can I, with the white one that she's making, I literally can only see a panty liner. It's literally all I can see, or like a pad. It's my brain's refusing anything else. So I am making a Danish heart basket. So it's you can use it to do fabric or paper. In this case, we're doing crochet, and you create two pieces and you weave them in with these bits that they have, with these strands that they have at the bottom, and you can use them to hold candy or money or whatever you would like. You can put it on a Christmas tree. It makes a great ornament, a little nice little gift because you put a little string on it at the end. If you would like to make it with me, I'm following a tutorial from Jenny Cade Crochet, and that tutorial series is in the description of this video. It's very beginner friendly. I know we have a lot of pro crocheters here, but if you wanted to teach someone to crochet this holiday season, this seems like it would be a really great video because she seems to be very descriptive, and I'm following just on closed captions. But things like how to chain, how to do single crochets, she's very descriptive. So that's what I'm making. I'm making mine out of this green from Loops and Threads Impeccable, and this purple from Big Twist Living. Nope, Big Twist Value. So I'm on video 4 right now. And this is a great scrap busting project. Like I said earlier, I think that this looks great if you use, whether you crack open 2 new skeins of yarn to do this, or if you are trying to scrap bust like I am, and you're using scrap yarn. I think the more rustic it looks, the better it looks, actually, which projects like that are great for scrap yarn, right? So so that's what I'm making with this. So I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to go into the same stitch and do a single crochet. Put my stitch marker there. Oh, no closed captions. It's getting me every time. Okay, so I'm going to do something a little bit different than the video. It's something that I prefer, unless I absolutely need to go into the chain. I actually prefer to place my single crochets and my stitches outside of the chain so that they can kind of distribute a little bit differently. And it's also a lot easier to make sure that that you put the right number of stitches onto your chain. So in the video, she's going, into the chain like this to place a single crochet. And there's absolutely zero problem with that. It's just not my preference if I can avoid it. Um, uh, One, like I prefer to go through the back bumps if I'm going into the chain, just because I find it looks a lot neater, creates a cleaner edge, and if I'm going to be attaching anything to the side, it just looks nicer. It fits nicer, but it can be a little bit counting back bumps. Sometimes you can put the wrong number. So instead, I like to go all the way around the chain and place my single crochet like this. So into under the chain, over it, around it, whatever. So that, and it pretty much looks the same. It doesn't really change how anything fits or looks. I just prefer it that way. Hopefully that makes any kind of sense. I don't know. Got some cat floof on there. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26. And see, I can kind of slide them around on that chain and they will even out pretty easily. So what's everyone else up to tonight? Are you making anything? You working on anything? And one of the things, so in the instructions, they're like, make sure your chain's not twisted, and then still when they're working through the like inside of the chain, they're like, make sure you're not twisting your stitches. When you twist, when you crochet around the chain like I did, it doesn't matter at all if the chain becomes twisted, if your stitches become twisted, like that doesn't matter. Which is just one less thing to worry about. So that's another reason why I kind of prefer my method a little bit more, but do as you will. So single crochet into the stitch that's holding them all. So it'll look just like that. And my stitches will even out as I do the next round. We're going to do 2 stitches on the next. I get a little confused how they punctuate the closed captions. What? Hey, Winter, welcome in. Sorry, I'm trying to follow this. What the hell is going on? Okay, I got you. Okay, so I'm gonna go back a little bit. So we put one at that kind of anchor single crochet, and then we're going to do one in the next stitch. So I gotta watch it again. My brain just like skirt. Yeah, okay. And then one in the next. So you have 3 single crochet, just one in each stitch, and then you're going to do 2 in the next. Then you're going to do 1, 1, 2, 2 more times. Had to record again because I did a whole tutorial and had no sound. Oh no, that's the worst. That's the worst. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have totally been there. It is awful. Or you have bad sound or something like that. Oh, that's no fun. So this is what it looks like so far. That's what the end looks like. What are you up to tonight, Winter? What's it? Can always do voiceover. Yeah, yeah. I'm really bad at voiceovers. I'm like it's so hard for me to recatch the cadence of how I was doing things, but I know a lot of people do voiceovers really well. It's something I aspire to get better at, but every time I have to do it, I'm too exasperated by the whole experience, and I'm like, I'd just rather re-film it. But yeah, voiceover can definitely help. So then you're going to do a single crochet, and then you're going to do 26 single crochets into or around this chain, whatever you prefer. Nope, split that yarn. my brain has just like trying to do these. My brain was just like, nope, nope, nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Ugh, what's happening to my brain? And also there's this beeping happening, which usually happens when people join behind the scenes, but that's not happening, I don't think, unless I don't know. I don't know what's happening. 1 second. Yeah, what the fuck? Okay, let's see. Can Ian count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Ugh. 26. And I'll just scoot my stitches down that chain. I know I was talking about my friend Chris a lot yesterday on the live, and I got one of those memories from Facebook that actually yesterday was like the 6-year anniversary of me getting my tattoo for him. And so I like posted a little thing on Facebook, just like how it was, just remembering him and stuff like that. And I think I mentioned this, but like when I got the tattoo, was I'd called a bunch of beforehand. I had called a bunch of tattoo um, parlors and been like and kind of told them the situation where I was like, hey, I'm getting this memorial, but he's still alive tattoo for my friend, and he can't get a tattoo. He's immunocompromised. He's terminal. Like it doesn't make sense for him to get a tattoo. But it would be cool if I could, get him like a temporary tattoo of the of the tattoo that so we can match. And a lot of tattoo artists did not want to do that, which I totally understand. They don't want to give away their art for free and then have you go shopping with it. Because I would need the art beforehand to print it out on this temporary tattoo paper. So I totally understood, but I was hoping that someone out there would do that. And I actually found a tattoo artist who would do it. They were super on board. They thought it was like a cool idea. So I printed out a couple of these temporary tattoos so that he could get it on his arm. And they cleaned his arm with the soap and everything to like make him feel like he was getting the tattoo, and then did the temporary tattoo on him. And so I posted the, I'm telling all this for a reason. But I um, so I posted that last night, just like, remembering my friend and stuff. And his wife actually was like, hey, we actually still have a couple of those temporary tattoos that he saved. So that was really nice and really special. And I didn't expect that. So just like a nice little thing that happened yesterday and today, thinking about friendship and everything. It's funny how you don't talk about someone that frequently, um, when they pass, and then you talk about them one day, and literally that same day, something like that pops up on your memories or your news feed or something like that, and just feels just feels nice. Sad but nice. Okay, so I'm gonna scoot them towards the left. single crochet into this. Now, one of the flaws in my preferred method is that you can, if you haven't scooted them enough, you can kind of get a little hinky in your chain, but it's easy enough to redistribute the stitches on there. And then it's fine again. So once we do the single crochet in the first one, we're going to do single crochet in the next two, and then 2 single crochet, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Nope, put it in the stitch marker. That's weird. And then going into that first single crochet and doing a slip stitch. So this is what our weird panty liner thing looks like so far. So if we recall, let me move to the next video and then say, oh, motherfucker. So many ads when you split it up like this, so. So if you recall, when I did the initial chain, 26 on each side, this side was the tighter chain, and this looks a lot more like we want it to, whereas this was the side where I was like, oh, it's pretty tight, I should loosen it up, and now it's kind of wonky a little bit on that side. Now, as we do the chains and it starts to kind of sit where our, as we do the stitches, as it's going to sit where our stitches we normally want them. So I imagine it's going to be just fine. But I guess this is a lesson that even if your chain's a little bit tight when you initially do it, just a little bit on the tighter side, it's still going to look just fine. Whereas, you know, if you feel like you need to go a lot looser, it doesn't look like that's going to add a lot of value. But we'll see. So we're going to chain 1, and do a single crochet, mark it with a stitch marker. So we can do a single crochet in each of the next 27 stitches. So there's 26 that are on the chain, so that gives us a good idea. Hello, I am the leather goddess. How goes it? Long time. Oh my gosh, is this leather? Sorry, it's hard to because I only see people's uh I only see people's whatchamacallit, their channel tag. Okay, cool. I was like, I mean, it felt like it made sense, but I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't like talking to you like you were someone else. Yeah. So I am making a Danish heart basket. Let's see if I have the picture still pulled up. If anyone's not familiar, kind of with what they look like, pull them up real quick. I have only made them out of paper before this, but I saw some patterns that people had done to make them out of. I'll come back because frankly that's just confusing to me. And it's just a craft that I found when I was younger, and my grandma was always super supportive of just me just jumping into crafts with no rhyme or reason, and she just was a crafty person herself. So I am following along with someone else's pattern. The video. Um, Click on the three dots. So I don't have them on my side because I'm using Restream. So I imagine that's on YouTube, what YouTube looks like. But on Restream, I actually can't even click on people's channels or anything like that. Um, so I yeah. Um, but this is a cute little ornament. You can put little candies in there, money if your family's like one of those like money gifting families. Mine's not, so I don't even. That's totally foreign to me. My This is kind of a Danish tradition. If the name gives that away, I have no Danish blood that I know of. But it just was something that I saw when I was like 7 or 8. Thought was cute. My grandma was all about the crafts too, so we made these together. So it's something that always brings up a lot of nostalgia for me, and it's been very easy. The tutorial I'm following is very, very simple, very straightforward. Great if you want to teach people how to crochet. I'm following it with closed captions on, so I'm not hearing it, but it looks like they're very descriptive. So if you would like to teach someone to crochet, this would be a great learn how to crochet project as well, which that's a great gift in itself, right? To teach someone how to crochet and learn how to do a craft with them. So this is what I'm making, and I'm making mine in, hi Kim, welcome in. This is what I'm making. I've been doing small last minute gifts um, uh, uh, for the 3 days this month, and I hope to continue doing that. It's been fun because, really, as like the holidays and everything like that, I mean, we all have so many projects we're trying to get done last minute. And I was like, last minute gifts, I feel like that's really where I'd like to spend time, you know, working on, putting some different things together and just things that I like. So we did a cat keychain. I took this cat coaster pattern, it's a little cat head, and I just kind of adjusted it slightly to make a keychain out of a 3D plush keychain. That's what we did yesterday. Um, what do we do the first day? Does anyone remember? We did something else. mosaic toques, and earrings. Oh, that's fun. And tomorrow we will be making granny hexagon slippers. So it's the exact same pattern that you would use to make a granny cardigan, a hexagon cardigan, but there's some slight adjustments in the toe and the calf portion to make little slippers. And I will be making mine especially for someone special here on YouTube as a gift. So if you want to join me tomorrow, that's what I'll be doing. The scheduled live is already up on my channel. So if you want to make sure you click notify me or whatever for tomorrow, that's what I'll be doing. But I'm open to suggestions. Yes, gotta love kitties. So there's the 27, and you can see that that evened out that tension on that strip a lot more. And if I'm writing a pattern, putting a pattern together, I'm trying to put together a blog. Or I put it on my blog and write it out by the next day, so people can have it if they want to rewatch the live. Or if I'm using someone else's pattern, then I'm sharing that so that people can use that. Because the cat one, I thought we were going to use someone else's pattern, but I didn't. It wasn't what I thought it was, so I ended up writing something different. So we're going to put 2 singles right there, and then single crochet in the next 3. And then do that again. Oh my gosh, that's so much. That's awesome. 1, 2. Yeah, that'll hold you off for quite a while, won't it? That's awesome. Single crochet in the next 28. 40 pounds. That's insane. And then 10 of regular yarn. Wow. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would be like, how do you store all that? Or a big baby. Small human or big baby. I guess a big baby would still be a small human, right? Four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. I'm just full balls, my fortune. Bedspreads or tablecloths. Wow, yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the sky's the limit. If you can dream it, you can do it. Okay, so this is what it's starting to look like so far. The sides look a little bit questionable. Yeah, you really like working with the small stuff too. 40 pounds of the small stuff is extra impressive, right? Because that's a lot. That's a lot. Okay, so I'm looking at what they've done, and it's very similar to how mine looks. So I'm happy with that. I will say the tighter chain side is um definitely more what what I think it's supposed to look like. The looser chain is not as much, or it's a little bit looser than I would want. Yeah, still in Cali. And I guess so. So this month will actually be a year in LA. Um, I'm not sure if it's like every day is different. Like I don't know where I'm gonna be in a couple months, but that's okay. It just is what it is. Okay, I'm gonna chain one. Oh, the closed captions are just some vintage, some brand new. Oh, nice mix. Oh, that's cool. So we're gonna single crochet in the next 27. Wait, do we put a single crochet down yet? Okay, yeah. So we're gonna put that and then count 27. Okay. One, two, three. Okay, so this is what it looks like with that 27 stitches. Ugh, my knees cramping up. Ugh. It's not the most comfortable setup, I will admit. I wish closed captioning could get the punctuation right, because I'm like, it's just like 1, 2, next stitch, 1, next stitch, 1. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Single crochet in the next 2 stitches, 2 in the following. I am having so much trouble following what is going on with the words. Okay, I'm just gonna say all the words out loud, and we're gonna try to figure this out. Hopefully that helps. On 6, we need to do a single crochet in the next 2 stitches, 2 single crochets in the following stitch, and a single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So here we are, first stitch, enter yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. There is 1, go into the next stitch, that is 2. The next stitch gets 2 of them. So here's 1 single crochet, go right back in, 2 single crochets. Then we need a single crochet in our next stitch and 1 single crochet in our next stitch. And then we begin again. So we have 1 single crochet, next stitch, 1 single crochet, two single crochets, and there's 1 and 2, and then 1 single crochet in the next stitch and 1 single crochet in the next. So it's like 1 1 2 1 1, and then you repeat 1 1 2 1. Okay, well that's okay. I feel like that was a little bit harder than my brain needed it to follow it, but as long as we can get it down. Okay, I think that was the pattern. I think we got it. Just kind of hurt my brain the way it was just like it's just stream. It like almost looks like stream of consciousness with just like 1 2 single crochet like thrown in there. I was like, I can't follow what's happening here. Yeah. When you have the video on and the transcripts moving, I know that's harder, but yeah. Like, I'm sure if I could hear it, it would make sense, but I can't turn the audio on with you all. Okay, so 28 stitches down the other side. 2, 3. So so I put the first video link in the description of this live, and so it's Jenny Kate Crochet, and I am on video. It's a 9-part series on how to make the Danish heart, and I'm on round 6, and I'm at 3 minutes, but I think I figured it out, so I'm not too worried about that. 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is the kind of pattern that, like, I think it's so cool how someone thought to put it together. Yeah, seeing the side that I purposely had looser tension, I'm really not super happy with that, if I'm gonna be honest. It just doesn't sit as nicely as the other one, and because these have to be woven in together, I guess that's just something I'll keep in mind. And um, now it probably would also make a difference if I had gone into the chain, because then the chain would be a little bit more. Uh, I guess the stitches would move the chain a little bit more, but I still think I would like this normal chain tension a lot better. It just lies a lot more flat. But it didn't at the beginning, so that's why I did what I did. So, lessons learned. Okay, so now I got the repeat and get it. Doo -doo. Hey Lydia, welcome in. How are you? I'm working on an ornament, or however you want to use it. This is a Danish heart basket, and you can hang it in your tree or on your mantle or give it as a gift to someone. Slip stitching that closed. Doing okay? Oh, that's great. Closed captions on. Single crochet the next 27. Okay, so that's what we're going to do here. 2, 3. So I'm doing this series called Squash Your Stash, where we go through projects that are small, great last minute gifts that you can use to shrink your stash, get rid of some of the smaller yarn skeins and balls that you've been hanging onto that you don't know what to do with. These are all projects that I wanted to kind of feature with this series. You're working on hats. Oh, that's nice. Are they going to be gifts, or are they going to be? Are they hats for yourself, or what are you working on? What kind of hats are you working on? I guess that's what I want to ask, but in like a weird, non-dumb way that I'm asking it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. I can do things like crochet 27 stitches. Bitty earrings, nice. I feel like it's almost pointless to have this top-down camera, so I apologize. I'm very bad at staying in frame, but I do try. I also forget. Single crochet the next 5 stitches. 2 singles. So that's a repeat. 5 single crochet. Five, and then 2 singles. Yeah, I got my fingers done. I think it was like 4 months ago or something like that. I had them for a while. They actually need a touch up just because, um, the woman who did it, um, she, um, she was looking for like, um, models because she was new to tattooing and wanted to build her portfolio. And so there's some of them that need a little bit of touch up just because they look a lot darker on the screen, don't they? But like this one, let's see, the ink's like not totally, some of the ink fell out just because it wasn't because of, you know, natural wear and tear. It wasn't there in the first place, but it was hard to see as I was healing. So there's a lot of them that are just need some minor touch ups. And she uses like a single needle machine, so single needle cartridge in her machine, and so that gives you a lot finer lines, but it can be harder to see if you miss a spot. But I'm very happy with them. I just need a little touch up. She's in Huntington Beach in Orange County. Very sweet. Who hadn't done fingers yet? Yeah, I think that yeah, her doing single needle definitely made a difference, but finger tattoos definitely tend to fall out. And hand tattoos, Uh, but yeah, she was good. She didn't do a lot of hands, but she had done quite a few. And but yeah, I think that like if it was something that you know could have gone really sideways and like I would have needed like to cover up, like having fine line tattoos is a lot easier than than something big that you got to worry about if it's not. Because I was gonna do like a big hand piece and have stuff move down into my fingers. I think I didn't catch. Okay, 28. I have hearts on each of my fingers. Yeah, I have a heart. I have two. I have a double heart right there. Um, lower finger. Oh yeah, yeah, right here. Yeah, she wanted to. Because like my fingers are really skinny, and we struggled to find because she was using flash art, and she was struggling to find stuff that would fit. And so she wanted to do a bunch of like lines and dots and stuff that are like cute and really popular right now, but they're just not my style. And I was like, no, give me a spider and a snake and like all that stuff. So we managed to make that work, but yeah, small finger problems. And I believe this is the last round of the strip. And then you make another one, and then you make a strip to hang them together because they're going to be woven together. Really, it's like this. So you're going to have another strip that's going to kind of complete the heart. You have yours colored in. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I don't have much color in my tattoos. A lot of mine are um, uh, gray and black. But I do have, my feet have color in them. My scorpion on my back has some like browns and stuff in it. Um, and God, I'm trying to think of all my tattoos now. And then I have some color in my Star Trek tattoo. Um, some just like natural coloring for the hands, and then a little red and a little blue for each of the insignias at the end. I keep on meaning to like maybe I'll do like a tattoo video. I don't know. I don't know. I want so many tattoos, and I'm like, once I do it, I'll probably have like 5 more the next day. Which I mean, wouldn't that be cool? But um, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so I'm finishing this video, and then the next 2 videos are doing the straps and weaving them in together. Um, and uh, and that will be that. So I'm gonna have to make another one, and that will be, now I'm a little bit more familiar, so I kind of know what to look for. When you got mine, hand and finger tats were frowned upon. Yeah, they're definitely becoming much more accepted. Um, and but I still know a bunch of places that will not do them if you do not have arm tattoos, or you have to be like talking. Um, yeah, I am so close to getting my own machine. If I had space and I didn't think that it would potentially end up with me with a face tattoo, I might. Um, I don't know. It's probably something I'll get one day, but I have so many crafty things that I want to do too that it's just um oh, she's measuring her tail. I just eyeballed it. Okay. So this is what this one looks like. And again, this is the side that was a little tighter tension. This was the looser tension, and I really, really can tell that difference in how it lays out. So there's somewhere in between there that there's that like ideal tension, but I think probably on the tighter, whatever your average size looks like. Especially because I mean I guess it also depends on your tension, because my tension I would say is fairly average. So I don't usually struggle too much with that. Um, oh, my knee. Um, hearts in my temples. Yeah, yeah. See, I would be like, there's been you don't own a tattoo on your body. That's cool, Lydia. Everyone's different. I know some people are big tattoo fans, and some people aren't. Some people want a lot of tattoos, and some people don't. And that's what makes everyone different, special. You have the right to do with your body what you want. And some people want tattoos and they can't get them, and all different situations, and I think they're all understandable. So this is what it looks like folded up. So you can see once we have another one exactly like this, it's going to come in and it's going to be like this, and it's going to weave into, it's going to be like a basket weave through these three right here. So I'm going to go ahead and start on the next one and on the other side, and we'll see how it starts to shape up. If you saw how big the ball that of yarn that I had was, just so you know, like this is how big the skein was, or the what was left of the skein. And I used basically half, or maybe a little bit more than half of that to do the one side. So you really don't need a lot of yarn. If you had a little bit more of than a spider's worth of yarn, you could finish one side. I was going to do the purple, but I feel like this is the perfect amount of yarn. I don't know if the colors are as nice, but let's use the yellow, because I feel like that's the perfect amount. Yeah, but I know that there's one thing that like but I know that, you know, if with my mania, it's like, oh my gosh, I can imagine like me the chances of me tattooing my face or something are pretty freaking high. But yeah, I know a lot of tattoo artists, like they won't do your hands or your fingers if you don't have your wrist done, or you're not your wrist, your oh, the micro ones would be super cute. If you don't have your arms done, because they want it to look consistent, but they also call tattoos like this job blockers, right? Because if you're trying to get a job in most traditional fields, these are going to be looked at, and people are going to think one thing or another. But being disabled, it's kind of like when people have told me that, I'm like, I'm not gonna work. Like I can't work. It's not gonna. You're not gonna keep me from getting a job. And I think a lot of the reason they stop people from getting them is because um, people will come. Uh, they will come back and be like, I can't find a job. It's because I have these tattoos, and so they don't want people to have those regrets. So, but now face tattoos and hand tattoos and stuff like that are a lot more common. Um, I originally wanted letters, but I just kept on. I couldn't decide what I wanted them to say. Um, and then I saw this, this kind of inexpensive way to get them through this woman who was building her portfolio, and I was like, hey, like this is going to work out. And I got mine around the time that like it was nearing the 1 year anniversary of my friend's death, so I wanted to get something for him. So everything on this side is from my friend, well, except for the sun, but like these are all from my friend. So because I was gonna get a dream catcher on my hand and have feathers coming down into the fingers, but finding a tattoo artist here in LA is crazy because like a lot of people are traveling uh, artists, so they come to a tattoo studio. They're there for like a week. They book up and they charge crazy amounts. So I was like, a hand tattoo could cost me like $400 or something, or it could cost me like 3,000, and I have no idea how to discern between these studios. It was so it was just too much. So this kind of worked out really well. Okay, so we're going to start on side 2, and I'm just going to start playing through the playlist again, and we'll keep going. So this is another impeccable yarn from Loops and Threads. I don't really like impeccable, the line and This is just me kind of trying to use up the scraps of it, so it works out perfectly for that. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ugh. I forgot what I was supposed to be counting to. I think it was 40, but then halfway through I was like, was it 30? I don't know. So I did 40. I hope that's right. Oh, nope, it's supposed to be 30. Oh, I remember what we did the first night. I know that was like like 45 minutes ago that I was like, what did we do the first night? We did fingerless mitts. The slime fingerless mitts. Also, it was so cool to have Lori here yesterday giving us all an education on the amazing qualities of foundation rose. I was like totally enamored. Like, oh my gosh, like it was it was very cool to learn about them because I there was a lot of things I guess I never thought about. So that was super cool. I hope you all enjoyed that as much as I did because I felt like I learned a lot. And we had a good discussion. It was just nice to have a good discussion. Um, I had just like let the video play. I'm trying to get a little closer to the camera. Definitely, we were talking about chainless foundation rows and their strength and different qualities of them. So if you want to learn a little bit more about chainless foundation rows, and also we were figuring out different tricks about making different stitches in chainless foundation rows. So that was fun to kind of bend our bend our brains a little bit and work together on that. I had a really good time. like even when I was starting to make this, I was like, does it make sense? Does it make sense to like put a chainless foundation? Like, I was like, no, it makes absolutely no sense. But it was still cool. I still want to do them with everything. Doing lots of different things tonight. Yeah, I understand. I feel like towards the end of the year, I'm always like cramping so much different stuff into, you know, um, into just the time that seems to be fleeting. And even though it's not like time actually ends, like nothing actually, a lot of stuff doesn't actually end at the end of the year, but that like mentality just gets into my brain where I'm like, I've got to do as much stuff as possible. I've got to finish this by the end of the year. Like there's no reason why, but I just get all up in my head about it. Um, yeah, it was a really good time. So I'm thinking that, and I haven't mentioned it in a little while. I guess there's a couple things, housekeeping, if you will. But a magic ring, in a weird way, could be considered a chainless. Interesting. You're putting that in a different. You do you. Mm, interesting. I'm gonna have to think about that. I mean, I don't doubt you. I have zero doubt in you, but I'm just interested because when if you talk to Crystal Hook That Yarn, she talks about magic rings as a slip knot. And I'm always like, my brain is like doing backflips, like, what? Like, how? And again, it's just like, my brain's trying to put it together. I know you can pull a magic ring into a slip knot and therefore it makes one, but I'm like, you know, but it's so interesting how our brains um, can um, how we can break things down and into more uh, understandable pieces for us, and sometimes that's the key into unlocking certain things. And Lori, I'm sure you experienced this as a teacher. I know I experienced it as a math tutor, where if I saw a student struggling with this higher level math subject right here, but I knew they understood the building blocks of it. Well, I could kind of keep rearranging the stuff down here until it made sense up here. And I feel like that's a lot of what crochet is too, except it's in a physical. Um, I'm just, I'm just throwing that thought out there. I know nothing. Jon Snow, incomplete Slipknot. Yeah, it's like my brain's just like what. Um, so yeah, I love thinking about things like that and breaking them down into their simplest forms because then it's easier to build them up into more complex ideas. I think in anything, and so she put 3 into the. Yes, exactly. And it's amazing to see, like when you tutor, it's amazing to see that light bulb go off with people. I love the light bulb moments. Like those are the moments that I live for with tutoring people because, you know, um, generally you're tutoring people who are having trouble in a subject and um, to they're frustrated that they're struggling and to be able to bring it to them in a different way that's customized to their learning style and understanding. it's amazing. It's amazing. It's such a rewarding feeling to be able to do that for them and with them, because it really is, a group effort with that. I'm trying to remember what goes on at the end here. Do I ever do a picture just by looking at a picture of the final product? I'm sure I have. I think usually for me, if my patterns tend to be stuff that aren't in crochet, or that I haven't found in crochet. It'll be like so kind of, but it's in a different media or something like that. Uh, like I'll be like, I really want to make a like I don't know, whatever, and and then that's when I want to make something. I usually don't see a crochet project and try to replicate it, because I'm like, someone's already done that. For me, it's like I want to make something that's not crochet out of crochet, because that seems more off the walls bonkers to me, and that's what's fun about it. Yeah, number puzzles, exactly. Yeah, that's a great way to think about them. Yeah, but I do like to see something and then, or like have an idea about an adjustment. I talked to Lori about this, where something that I really like to do is kind of make hybrids of things. So it'd be like, oh, I saw this crochet version of this, but I want to mash it together with something. So I really like, um, I, I, so I can, I don't know, just kind of, I like mashups, I guess. I think that's kind of how I said it when I was talking to Lori. I just like mashups of things, and that makes me really happy to pull these two disparate things together and make them out of crochet, which that in itself might be the other thing that's, kind of off the wall. Yeah. And I like, yeah, I've been writing so many more patterns. I think since you've been on the channel, other I because we did this Crystal Hook That Yarn and myself, we did a whole crochet along called Halloween. So if you want to check those patterns out, Crystal and I both have a actually Crystal's playlist is more comprehensive. I think it has both of our stuff. Um, Let me get the link. But we were both writing a bunch of patterns, and during that time. So if you want to see some of the patterns we put together, because I've been doing a lot more pattern writing, way more than I ever did, and that was just a fun time to pattern I saw, then recreated it the way I thought it should be. Yeah, yeah, and that's where it's fun to customize things as you want. Mm. How do I get the freaking link to this thing? And what I'm putting together now is it's going to be beyond just Crystal and I, and beyond like we had like a pretty strict schedule that we wanted to stick to, and and stuff like that. And with what I'm planning coming up, it's going to be anyone can kind of be included. I have a Facebook group that I can share out, and it's going to be it's going to pull together a lot of the principles of Halloween, where we are holding people accountable for writing patterns, and because it's so easy to have things like that fall to, you have a plan, and things get pushed and whatnot. So we it's only on Facebook right now, but let's see. Do I have to do it on the phone? I might have to do it on the phone. Is anyone here in the group that can share the link? Because I don't. It's a private group, so it's me. Yeah, it's on my phone. So I have to figure out a way to get that. But also, it's going to be about writing patterns. It's going to be about supporting other people who are writing patterns in pattern testing. And if they want to do videos, and if they want to build a channel, because some people just want to write patterns, they don't want to be on YouTube. Some people want to do more video tutorials. So all of that, I kind of want to like build it into like what like we want to have together, and see how we can make this like community of people supporting each other, write patterns, get things out, because I think it it's it's nice. Like there were so many things that were really nice about Halloween, and one of them, hey D, welcome in. I hope that's your name. Sorry, it's hard with the shortened names now with the tags. So if that's not your name or you want to be called something else, just let me know. And I'm working on a Danish heart basket. I already did the first. It's gonna twist it up, but the first piece, and it's gonna fold and get woven into the other piece that I'm making now. I'm just talking quickly about this group that I have. I'm really annoyed that I can't share it, but is anyone getting anything from this top-down crochet? Because I can just share that if, let me Sandy. Okay. Welcome in, Sandy. Let me see if I can. Okay.